Alright, welcome back to Supplement Kitchen Reviews here today. And we're back with another review for you. So what do we got? Woo! We've got Ethereal Labs and the Elysium pre-workout in the blue ras flavor. So, let's get started. All right, Ethereal Labs. Got their pre-workout here, Elysium. And if you remember, we had Aaron on, the owner. We had him on the behind the brand to get to know a little bit about the brand, what their, what their backstory is, things about that. So if you haven't checked that out, check that out. Seems like a great guy. Just getting his feet wet here. But let's jump into this pre-workout. Alright, and you see you've got a fine white, almost actually reminds you kind of like salt. So, nothing too crazy there. Let's jump into, see what the scoop is. So, scoop size is 12.5 grams. Suggested use as a dietary supplement, take 1 scoop with 8 to 12 fluid ounces of water. New users wish to assess tolerance with a half a scoop. So there you go. Right, like I said, we got the flavor of blue raz. So let's jump into the flavor on the Elysium pre-workout blue raz. Well, first you can see it looks like just, I don't know, clear, cloudy water. Blue raz. Smells like blue raz. Yeah, blue raz. You get that smell, so let's taste it. All right, flavor on the blue raz. First of all, mixability's fun. Mix is great. Nothing in there. So now, blue raz, it tastes like blue raz, you know. But this blue raz, this is more kind of on the sweet, like candy side. I would say it kind of reminds you of like the blue Jolly Rancher type flavor, you know. No like aftertaste, straight blue raz. So there's the flavor. Now let's jump into this label. All right, so you're getting 30 servings per container. So you've got your choline as choline butyrate, 980 milligrams. You've got your beta-alanine at 3.2 grams, L-citrulline at 2 grams, agmatine sulfate 500 milligrams, caffeine anhydrous at 400 milligrams, D-glucuron allylactone 300 milligrams. Then you got N-acetyl L-tyrosine at 250 milligrams. N-phenethyl dimethylamine at 250 milligrams. Octopamine, HCI at 100 milligrams. Theobromine at 100 milligrams. N-isopropanolphenephrine, 25 milligrams. Yohimbine HCI at 3 milligrams, and huperzine A at 200 micrograms. So now let's talk about what each ingredient does. All right, looking at these ingredients, so choline is going to help focus. You got beta-alanine, which is going to help overall performance and tingle, and also known for tingles. You got your L-citrulline, which is pumps. That's what people mainly know it for. Agmatine sulfate, a lot of people relate that to pumps. It does help there, but a lot of people do forget that it also has a like a focus or cognitive, aspect to it that really enhances the mental aspect. Caffeine, your energy. The glucuronidase tone. That's going to help give you energy and focus. Then the NAT is your tyrosine there. It's focus. The next is N-phenethyl dimethylamine. It's going to help with focus. Octopamine is going to help with a lot of mental aspects. It has been connected to like memory and learning, so should hopefully help with some type of focus aspect. Theobromine, focus and also helps blood flow. The isopropylnephrine is going to be like fat burning properties, so it's going to give you kind of sweats and help elevate that aspect. Yohimbe HCI is going to do the same thing, but it also may provide you energy as well. And then you got your huperzine A, which is also another agent that will help with focus. All right, so there is the ingredients, and this thing outlines energy with a fireball, focus with a scope, and then pumps with a big arm flexing. So let's talk about performance. So with this pre-workout, truly, if you want to fuel your workout, then this is maybe for you. The highlight of this truly personally is the energy aspect. I think, that 400 milligrams of caffeine really comes in fast and hard. You take it and then probably 15 to 20 minutes, you feel that energy right away, and it comes in and it hits you and you're just ready to go. This is one of those pre's though for me, and this rarely ever happens, to where all that caffeine and energy actually, it gave me energy. I was ready to roll, but it did give me kind of the shakes. So with that, it does elevate the energy levels, which that's really what it's intended to do. But it did personally give me those shakes. And I normally don't get that from any type of energy drink, pre-workout, anything like that. This did do that for me. So this may be one of those on that stem junkie level, to where someone who doesn't feel anything anymore, this might be something that they'd want to try. But you do definitely feel the energy levels. But that's the biggest thing I think for this, is it is energy. And with that, you really get it all quick and fast. I wouldn't say it's super long lasting. 45 minutes, maybe an hour, and then it kind of dies off. But it doesn't die to where like you really crash. It dies off and those shakes kind of go away. Focus, I would say focus is maybe slightly above average. I expected a little more from the focus aspect, but then again, I feel like maybe I had so much energy to where I was focused on, I was shaking and trying to just get through my workout. That could have really, for me personally, negated some of those focus aspects. So there's that. Pumps were okay. This is definitely not a pre-workout that is going to make you feel vascular or anything like that. And you can really tell from the ingredients that it's not really going to deliver anything on pumps. So there is that as far as this pre-workout goes. Like I said, energy is going to be the highlight here from a performance standpoint with this. So one thing, as for, I would probably suggest maybe splitting the caffeine sources up, and maybe pulling that caffeine anhydrous down, and then maybe putting something like dicaffeine malate in there, to where it's not all hitting you at once. You would have kind of the caffeine anhydrous pull you through, not so hard, and then that caffeine, the slower acting caffeine source kind of pull you through the end of that workout, as that other one dies off, so you're not getting so much and peaking at a specific point with all that energy. And that's what this really feels like. And it was for me. Not saying it was a bad thing, because believe me, I wanted to get stuff done. But the only problem is that caffeine was so much. It felt like more than 400 milligrams personally. But that was just my thoughts and my personal experience there as far as that goes. So let's jump into ratings. Mixability 10. I think it was perfect. Flavor for Blue Raz. So we all know Blue Raz was one of the original flavors. It was super played out. But I would say this for a Blue Raz is really good, actually. It tastes more kind of like a Blue Jolly Rancher. I think you could get away with calling it a Blue Hard Candy or whatever. Probably say it's definitely, a 9. If you're a Blue Raz person, you'd love it. To me, I'd give it a 9. Just Blue Raz is Blue Raz. Now performance for this. It definitely delivers on the energy aspect. Like I said, I think that was kind of its upside, but also maybe a little bit of its downside as well. I'm not sure. Every time I ran this, the same thing, like it kicked in super hard and super fast, which is fine. But then again, like I said, I got the shakes from it. I don't know if it was just all coming in and blowing through at once, and I really felt it. But I also kind of feel like that took away from the focus aspect of this, because I really think if I would have been able to, not shake or over stem there, it felt like, I really think that the focus ingredients would have been able to shine through as well and really play a big part in this. So, for me personally, I think they delivered on the energy for stem junkies. I definitely do. But I'm also going to knock it because it did give me that effect. So I'm going to go with a 6.5 here on performance. So overall, mixability nails flavor is good. Performance, I did knock it down a little bit because it did have kind of that negative effect. So overall, going to go with like a 7 here on this pre-workout. Again, that's just my personal opinion as far as that energy really peaking and hitting so hard. I never really experienced that. Maybe they got a really good source of caffeine. I have no clue where they source it from, but it is hard hitting. I definitely think a stem junkie who is looking for something else and maybe not able to fill their current pre-workout, this would be something you might want to try. I feel like that caffeine content is super aggressive, and I would just maybe like to see keep this formula, maybe do a couple adjustments. Like I said, I think if you can split the caffeine, have an upfront caffeine source, and then maybe have a back end caffeine source and kind of split those dosages up, I think it would really play off each other, and then it would kind of highlight the focus ingredients as well. So there's my thoughts. There's that on the Elysium pre-workout by Ethereal Labs. Cool little company. First of all, tag them up here. I want to thank them for getting this pre-workout over to us. We greatly appreciate it. It was cool testing it out. I know you guys are just getting started, kicking things off. So hopefully this feedback can help you kind of adjust down the road and kind of go from there. But other than that, be sure to check them out. All their stuff will be in the description below. Also, if you haven't checked out the Behind the Brand, do that as well. But other than that, I'm about all pre-workout out. Later.